What's up, y'all? This is Well Rounded with A.T, and today I have Teewiz, who will be telling us about his album and his songs and all the things he's been doing, along with connecting it with his faith. This is a segment of Chat and Chill, and I'm gonna let him talk about himself.
Okay. My name is Teewiz or Chris Tonico. I'm a producer. I do a little bit of coding, a little bit of I wouldn't say I'm an engineer, but I have some background in it. And I also play the violin. I'm a junior at the Rock Music School, and I just I love I love the thought process of creation when it comes to just building out ideas and projects and stuff like that. Yeah.
Nice. So tell me how you came up with your project that you're working with now, and the process behind it.
Yeah. So I think maybe 2 years ago. 2 years ago in the summertime, I was just really, it was like a very difficult time in my life at that point, and I remember producing. There was a couple of places I produced actually. It was in Fort Greene Park. It was on the LIR, and then it was in the Pocket Studios downstairs mostly. And then it would be I produced in like some other places nearby the school and stuff like that. But those are the three main places. And I feel like by the end of the summer, I had I think 176 beats I made, but I I didn't know what to do with them yet, and it led up to my sophomore year, like trying to divide it up into folders and see what I could do project wise. I didn't have a name for, the project name is called Dying to Produce. It was not called Dying to Produce in the beginning. It was just like I just had this folder and I didn't know what to do with it or what beats were gonna be on it, and it came naturally. I was actually in church. My mentor, Steak, he's been like very integral to this, not even production and this, this as a young adult and and a person, really been crucial to my growth. He invited me to church, and there was a sermon about dying to produce, and I didn't know why at the time. I feel like God places certain seeds and I like messages in you before you even can really process, and you know I feel like that's where faith comes into trusting God's vision even though you don't see it for yourself, because in that time I was definitely, I felt I was in the beginning of the tunnel, and I was far from the ending of the tunnel. I was in the middle place, like where there's this darkness on both sides, and then you're like kind of discombobulated a little bit, and I felt like that was the first seed that I got. I was like, I want to make a project off of the idea of dying to produce, because I am a producer, and the sermon, and I was looking it up the other day because I was like, why? I know I got it from this location and this experience, but why did it resonate so much at the time? And it was, I forgot what which book it was from in the Bible, but it was talking about it was talking about Jesus, and it was something like the verse was about, if a seed falls, it just stays a single seed, but if it dies, it produces many seeds. And I feel like what I got out of that is, the idea of having the art of letting go, and just surrendering yourself. At that time too, I would say um, I was building my faith up, but I was still in a place of I have to do things my way. I have to, you know, it was like it wasn't, relying on God and surrendering myself to God. I was very, um, um, so focused on the idea of it has to look this way for me and stuff like that. And not until I surrendered myself to God that I saw real progression and progress in my faith and my growth and my artistry just as a person. And, I'm at the point where I'm at now that I, have the ability to let go. Letting go is, that allows healing to happen. You know, if it's like what I'm thinking about too is, you have that scab on you, and if you keep on picking at it and trying to just rip it, and then
You're not gonna heal.
You're not gonna heal. Sometimes you just have to just let things be and just and eventually you'll be healed.
Right.
So I felt that. Yeah, that's where the name came from. I feel like now with the story and how the tracks became the official tracks and stuff like that, it was all like like that one seed that or message that God instilled in me. I feel like there was different periods of my life that he placed, and it made sense. Now finishing why I named certain tracks, and I named certain tracks a specific names based off experiences. And if I were to I feel like the concept now finished and stuff like that, it was about, well, I feel like young adulthood, our first 18 years of life, it's like you've been guided so much, and you're taught by the people that guide you this necessity to be ready. And then for yourself, you don't really, it's like other people are telling you, okay, you have to be ready, but what does ready look like for you?
Right.
Everybody's an individual in that way. And I feel like, especially when it comes to having to make a huge life decision in such a short period of time, a couple of months, if you want to go to college or not go to college, and what career, you huge decisions you have to make. And it feels like after that first 18 that you're just thrown into reality.
Right.
And you're just it's like throwing a parent throwing their child into
the wild.
into the water. And it's like, it's kind of expected of you to trend, but some people have different paces and stuff like that. And then oftentimes it's like we don't have grace for the people that can't tread at the same pace as somebody else. So the cover art and the creative direction, I drew I drew what would be like what a kindergartner would draw, because
And I've been realizing that recently, when I'm looking at your page and stuff, the way how you draw certain things, how a little kid will probably draw, but it's unique, and it's very there, it's a unique signature that you do.
Yeah, the reason why I feel like, because it's really my perception of this time I'm in now, and then the black and white. I was thinking about color in the beginning, but no, I was like, I wanted to show that young adulthood is not black and white.
Right.
It's not straightforward like it is. Yeah, so that's how the cover art and the 75 or so drawings of the digital art, And I should have brought my notebook, but I also have this notebook too, this red notebook that, you know, and it's just like chaos in the book, but that's like just how my mind was processing like the track listing and all the different things at the time.
Not flesh, the spirit led. Got the Bible as a weapon, no limits, yeah.